Good evening, one and all, and welcome uh, to this webinar this evening. I'd like to particularly thank each and every one of you for taking the time this late in the day and spending time with us at Alura. So, on behalf of Alura, I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to our webinar this evening. So, the topic for this webinar today, I think, is a particularly interesting one. And it talks about the role of data and machine learning in effectively controlling toxins, and that's a rather interesting topic. And the reason I feel it is interesting is because we live in a time and an age where the role of data is going to become or is already playing a very important role in our daily lives. And I think that sort of permeates not just in terms of the end customer experience for end users like us, but also in the business to business context. And I think uh, unlocking the power of data and harnessing the gold that lies within the data is really something that we're all excited about. And I think today we have a particularly interesting set of topics that we'd like to take you through, and I believe that the topic is extremely relevant, given that we're now moving towards a post-COVID situation, and we're now looking at areas of growth for our business. And I think in this aspect, data plays a very critical role. Now, I'd like to, at this point in time, introduce our speakers for the evening. We have three speakers in total. Our first speaker is Mr. Somu Kumar Ambat. Mr. Kumar, of course, has been associated with the poultry industry in India for several years, almost over 3 decades, in fact. Mr. Kumar has started his career in human pharma, and then, of course, moved to animal pharma. He was with Johnson and Johnson. Uh, he went on to then, work alongside Dr. B.V. Rao and set up the Venki's operations in the southern part of India, and then, of course, went on to become the general manager of Venki's, the animal health division, before, of course, taking up a stint with Eli Lilly and Company as the country director for Elanco Animal Health in India. He served in Elanco for 18 years and went on to serve as the area director for the Asia Pacific markets, and then, of course, the director for international operations outside the US markets. He is now the managing partner of a very specialized consulting company called Sapience Agribusiness Consulting. And of course, Sapience Agribusiness is the strategic partner for Alura in India as well. So Mr. Kumar is going to be our first speaker this evening. Our second speaker this evening is yours truly. I'm Prashant, and I'm both your speaker as well as the moderator for the session. I'm from a mixed profile. In fact, I have my basic education in computing and computer engineering. Went on to work for a few years in IT, and then switched to the dark side and took on business strategy and marketing. And then, of course, went on to set up a company called Freo, which is essentially a management consulting company that does a lot of work in brand planning and management, as well as in terms of digital strategy and digital transformation. The third speaker is a very important speaker. She joins us all the way from a very beautiful part of the world, Colombia, and she's based in a beautiful city called Medellin. Dr. Juliana Toro is a veterinarian, and she is the global mycotoxin expert at Alura. She spent a decade and a half studying mycotoxins, and in fact, has worked extensively across Asia, South America, North America, and different parts of the globe. She is the principal consultant and has played a pivotal role in creating Celerity, as well as using Celerity to actually work alongside data analytics, which is a huge area of innovation. So these are our three speakers today. Okay, so without further ado, I'd like to introduce our first speaker, Mr. Kumar, and I'd like to turn it over to him at this juncture. We're not able to hear you, Mr. Kumar.
Unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Thank you, Prashant. And आप लोगों को मेरा प्रणाम. आप सुन पा रहे हो मेरा बात?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Thank you. अभी अंग्रेजी में बोल रहा हूँ क्योंकि अंग्रेजी थोड़ा कंफर्टेबल हूँ, लेकिन क्वेश्चंस और आंसर्स मैं हिंदी में बात करूंगा आपसे. पहला, अभी जो चल रही है कोविड सिचुएशन और हमारे जो पोस्ट कोविड सिचुएशन के बारे में थोड़ा बात करना चाहता हूँ. I think we all agree that the world around us has changed, like what it is shown in the telescope. The world has become upside down. Everybody is very worried about what has happened and what is our reaction to the COVID situation. ये तो सभी लोगों के मन में है कि भाई अभी क्या करेंगे. इसमें जो हमने जो रिसर्च किए हैं पूरे ऑल इंडिया पे और कम से कम 200 लोगों के मार्केट रिसर्च के बावजूद हमने एक मार्केट रिसर्च रिपोर्ट बनाए हैं. ये आप लोगों से शेयर करना चाहता हूँ. Can we go into the next slide? हर एक पैंडेमिक रिस्पॉन्स जो होती है उसमें 3 तरह की रिस्पॉन्सेस होती है. एक है जो हम इंग्लिश में बोलते हैं सर्वाइवल. और सर्वाइवल के क्वेश्चन पर हमारा दिमाग में जो होती है कि भाई हम काफी डर है हमारे मन में, और सोशल मीडिया के जो रिपोर्ट्स हैं वगैरह वगैरह हम इतने पढ़ते हैं और इतने डर हो जाते हैं कि हमारे मन में सिर्फ हम और हमारे फैमिली कैसे बचा पाएंगे ये तो हमारे मन में है. दूसरा, ये जो सर्वाइवल मोड जब एक्सेप्टेंस हो जाती है कि हम इसको ये मानते हैं, इसके और आगे बढ़ना चाहते हैं, तो उसका वो मोड होती है एक्सेप्टेंस की मोड. और तीसरा मोड जब एक्सेप्टेंस से आगे जो बीत जाती है वो है ग्रोथ मोड. दैट इज आई एम फोकसिंग ऑन व्हाट इज इन माय कंट्रोल. जो मेरे कंट्रोल में है वो हम फोकस कर पाएंगे. दूसरा, आई एम लिविंग एट द प्रेजेंट मोमेंट. और तीसरा, आई हैव अ कॉन्फिडेंस इन माय स्ट्रेंथ एंड रिजाइलेंस. तो इसी विचार में हमने अपने स्टेक होल्डर्स को बात किए हैं अक्रॉस इंडिया. द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. एंड हमने पूछे, वी आस्क्ड आवर स्टेक होल्डर्स अराउंड द कंट्री अपने मार्केट रिसर्च पे कि आपके मन में क्या आपके दिमाग पे क्या चल रहा है. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. 69% के जो रिस्पोंडेंट्स है वो बता रहे हैं कि हम अभी जो है बिटवीन सर्वाइवल एंड एक्सेप्टेंस मोड पे हैं. 81% ऑफ द रिस्पोंडेंट्स बता रहे थे कि हमको मालूम नहीं है कि हम ऐसे क्या रिस्पोंडेंट करेंगे. 96% रिस्पोंडेंट्स बता रहे हैं कि हमको ये करंट ऑपरेशंस या सस्टेन करना पड़ेगा. 94 रिस्पोंडेंट्स बता रहे हैं कि भाई कॉस्ट तो और भी आगे बढ़ जाएगा. और 63% ऑफ द रिस्पोंडेंट्स बता रहे हैं कि भाई अभी तो क्या है, आजकल तो लोगों को मिल नहीं पाएंगे, अभी डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी तो हमको अडॉप्ट करना पड़ेगा. और 100% ऑफ द रिस्पोंडेंट्स बिलीव कि अभी जिसके पास कैश है वो किंग है, और जैसे कैश मैनेजमेंट करना पड़ेगा तो वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट तरीका है. और लास्ट में जो 100% ऑफ द रिस्पोंडेंट्स बता रहे थे कि ये जो कोविड का जैसे सिचुएशन है वो तो हमको सुधारना पड़ेगा और ऐसी रहेगी, और बिजनेस को हमको मैनेज करना पड़ेगा. अभी इसमें जो आपके चैट पर आप एक पोल लगा सकते हैं या बता सकते हैं कि आप इसमें सहमत है या नहीं. आपके पास वो चैट में यस नो आप थोड़ा बता दीजिए, और हमको भी पता लगेगा कि जो मैंने अभी जो आपसे बताया हूँ वो ठीक है या आपको इसमें कोई अलग की विचार है. आगे मैं जाता हूँ कि अभी जो ये इंग्लिश में पढ़ता हूँ कि द फ्यूचर बिलोंग्स टू दोज हु प्रिपेयर फॉर इट टुडे. आज को जो हम प्रिपेयर करेंगे आगे जाने में बहुत काफी मजबूत रहेगा. Business resilience is continuous endeavor to achieve the holistic strength on which to base our business success. ये बहुत बढ़िया बात बोले हैं इंग्लिश में कि भाई अभी बिजनेस में जो हमको सुधरना पड़ेगा, आज के बाद आज जो प्रिपेयर हो जाएंगे तो आगे हमको काफी अच्छे तरह से बिजनेस संभाल सकते हैं। तो आगे रोड क्या है, तो इसी तो सबके मन में, हमारे सबके मन में है कि आगे की रोड क्या है, द रोड अहेड। तो मेरा विचार है, जो मार्केट रिसर्च के विचार है, कि बिजनेस तो विल बिकम अ न्यू बिजनेस नॉर्मल। ट्रैवल तो काफी रेस्ट्रिक्टेड हो जाएगी। पर्सनल फेस टू फेस मीटिंग विल बिकम वेरी वेरी डिफिकल्ट। जैसे ये पिक्चर में जो बता रहे हैं कि अभी तो सेंटर का सीट तो एकदम वैकेंसी हो जाएगा। आगे के रूल्स, ट्रैवल रूल्स पे ये पॉलिसी तो हो जाएगी। कैश फ्लो विल बिकम अ कंसर्न। जिसके पास कैश है वो संभाल सकते हैं, और लो इन्वेंट्री लेवल और जस्ट इन टाइम परचेज भी हो सकती है। डेटर्स एंड collectibles will go up, and the way consumers will make the purchase decision will change forever. Or next one, digital. This will become a new mantra. Rate of adoption for digital will increase exponentially. अभी जैसे हम बात करेंगे ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम, आगे की ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम और परचेज डिसीजन पूरे वेबिनार, वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसेस या व्हाट्सएप मैसेज में होगा। मार्केटिंग जो जैसे हम लिटरेचर्स, लीफलेट्स, प्रमोशन मटेरियल जो भी है, दैट विल गो इनटू ऑनलाइन। डिजिटल विल ड्राइव कन्वीनियंस डिसीजंस। जैसे मीट के अभी एक डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म है लिशियस, वो अभी 3,000 टन का मीट ले रहे हैं। इट विल बी लाइक दैट। ब्रांडिंग, जो भी ब्रांडिंग करते हैं, इट विल बिकम नाउ डिफरेंशिएशन विल बिकम एन इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग। Branding will become critically important to differentiate and build a sustainable business. So this is what I think. और आगे हमको तो ये डिजिटल स्किलिंग तो रीस्किलिंग करना पड़ेगा. This is more important now than ever before. Demonstrating leadership and staying nimble is one of the ways to stay ahead. Business में deep understanding of purchase patterns of our customers and cycles of purchase becomes important. ये तो बहुत important चीज है business cycle में, कि हमारे जो customers को हम पहचान पाएंगे, उनके purchase decisions पहचान पाएंगे, तो वो important information रहेगा. Data analytics और data management जो प्रशांत अब बात करेंगे, that will become the important thing for the future. नए skills, IT इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, सोशल मीडिया मैनेजमेंट, इसमें तो हमको और भी ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा. Prices will go up, e-commerce will play an important role, and demand for protein, eggs and poultry आगे तो surge हो जाएगा. It will take a little time, but it will definitely increase. So इसके लिए हमने 17 points बनाए हैं, 17 points बनाए हैं, जो हमारे मन में जो है कि आगे बिजनेस को क्या होने वाला है. पहला है accept that this will be slow and hard, कि ये change जो होने वाली है, it will be there, we'll have to change. It will be slow, people will respond to it, and this will be a hard reality. हमको ये भी recognize पड़ेगा कि भाई अपने clients जो है, अभी भी है और आगे भी है. आगे the client will become a more bigger hero than whatever was ever before, and we are only the helpers. हमारे जो mindset commitment है, तो long term पर रहना पड़ेगा, not for short term. और choose to practice compassion, empathy and patience. Understand your immediate sales and marketing situation. And business may, I think we need to look at how do we achieve our profit and loss statement despite there might be some issues in the first 3 months of our this year's business. Next one. So a business or a company log, they might look at lower commitment, lower bite-sized sales offerings, an iterative plan to sell high-value marketing contents for sales support, वो भी होगा. Reconnect with all activity sales prospects leading to high-value content. Create and re-engagement campaign to reach with past prospects. इसमें 3 type के customers होंगे, not only in poultry but I'm seeing across the industry. एक जो है वो बंदी करेंगे, दूसरा है in the fence पर रहेंगे, तीसरा है कि हम जैसे भी हो we will manage the business. So we need to see how best we will be in a position to drive जो जो बिजनेस में रहेंगे उनको कैसा मैनेज करना पड़ेगा. दूसरा, ऑन द फेंस जो कस्टमर्स है उनको क्या बात करना पड़ेगा, उनको कैसा मोटिवेट करेंगे, ये तो बहुत बड़ा तरीका होने वाली है. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट. And finally, I think we all need to take accountability of the results. We need to build and strengthen our partnership, enlist our team to help better, seek advice, and find ways to take breaks, recognize that we will all have to survive. इसमें कोई डाउट की बात नहीं है कि this will all pass by. It is a question of how, when. But I do see a lot of progress taking place in the egg market. In the layer market, I think the situation is much better and much far improved than in the broiler market. But overall, I see India is in the fulcrum of tremendous opportunities, both in terms of exports as well as in terms of the reduction in terms of raw material costs. Whatever has created, जो rumors जो थे regarding the touch, regarding the impact of COVID because of non-vegetarian meat, and all that, I think those will all go as a passing phase. And I believe that the future is going to be robust and strong. Going to the next slide. I think this is a very important slide. बहुत important slide है. जब हमारा जो mindset from acceptance to growth होगी, जितने जल्दी होगी, we will be in a position to survive much better. We cannot remain in the survival mode. People are already there between the survival and the acceptance mode. We cannot remain in the acceptance mode for a long time. ये तो हम नहीं कर पाएंगे. We have to move. हमको जाना पड़ेगा, जितने जल्दी जाना पड़ेगा from acceptance to growth. That will give us the difference between the success and the failure. So with that, I will go into the three things that I believe are most important of the way. One, I think the future looks very prosperous in the poultry industry. I think we will continue to grow. India will continue to grow despite all the situations. We will have happiness across, and we will also be in a position to provide abundant food to people. India will definitely sustain this. Poultry will sustain this activity. I am very, very confident it is when it will be sooner than later. And this is my predictions on this. Any further discussions, we will always be happy to have. आपसे बातचीत कर पाएंगे. I thank you, Alura. I thank you, Sapience. I thank you all for this patient listening. And I turn it over to Prashant. Please. Prashant, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Somu, for your presentation and those insightful thoughts. I'll quickly jump into my presentation, and this surrounds data. Of course, one thing that I'd like to point out here is the fact that Alura, in fact, is part of something called the Illuma Alliance. And in that Illuma Alliance, one of the sister concerns of the company is a company that I'd like to introduce today called Asymmetrics. Now, Asymmetrics is a company that has been created to serve the needs of the animal health industry and created by the animal health industry. So it's not a typical technology firm in that by that measure. It is a technology firm and an analytics firm that has been created to serve the needs of the animal health sector. Of course, the company that I represent in this case is all three. Freo is, or friends representing each other, is my firm, and we work very closely with Asymmetrics in terms of bringing solutions and building solutions together. And of course, our strategic partners in India are Alura Animal Health. So the topic this evening that I have is in fact the role of data and machine learning. Now, just a quick summary of why I believe this is an important topic for all of us. I think now more than ever before, the amount of conversation that we're having on data has increased significantly. And the reason why it has increased significantly is because of three things. The first, of course, is that the now more than ever before, uh, a lot of data is available, whether it is data from the farm, whether it is data that we create through our own digital footprints. The amount of data that the world as a whole is creating is far more than it's ever been before. The second, of course, is the mathematics behind it, or the statistical algorithms which are now available to analyze this huge amount of data. And lastly, it is the powerful algorithms that exist and the computational power to actually use the algorithms and data to understand, various trends that are happening, and to convert this huge volume of data into knowledge and insights. So I believe that's why the both the topic as well as the conversation on data is very important. But what does that mean for us in the poultry industry? Now, one of the things which we've noticed is, of course, and this is something that we all know, is that protein production, particularly in poultry, has multiple parts. Whether it is the genetic assessment of the potential of the breed, whether it is nutrition, whether it is health, whether it is the food management, whether it is managing the operations at the ground level, at the farm level. Um, a lot of the operations that we have operate not connected to each other. They're all operating and they're all working in some way, but it's not really well connected. So even though they were generating a lot of data, this data isn't really working to serve the needs of our business. So this is a very important consideration for us to make a note of. And of course, if you look at it in the typical triangle, you have breeding, feeding, and management. There's been huge amounts of innovation in the breeding side or the genetic side. And of course, there's been a huge amount of innovation in both the animal health and nutrition side, as well as the feeding side. So there's all of the innovation that we've seen over the last many decades has been around breeding and feeding. And management, in fact, on farm management has been the zone of least innovation. But that's going to drastically change over the next 10-15 years. And the reason why I believe this change is going to happen is because of the prevalence of data. And I think a major innovation is going to happen at the feed management level and at the farm management level. And I believe that is why the topic this evening is very, very important. Now, it begs to ask the question, how do we harness the power of data? And this is where we're really excited to talk to you today about a new concept, something we call smart farm. And smart farm brings the power of data, data collection in the form of connected devices, sensors, the Internet of Things, as well as the use of really powerful algorithms and computational power in order to one, collect all of the data in your farm, and take that data and convert that into insights that can then be used to drive the decision making process and help you understand and manage your business in a far more efficient manner. So what is smart farm? Essentially, it is a holistic and connected solution that brings the power of data and analytics and digital transformation to your farm and puts it in the palm of your hand. It is designed specifically for the poultry industry by people who have very keen insights and a deep understanding of the challenges of poultry, which is a very important factor of differentiation for us, because we are for poultry by poultry. Uh, it brings the capabilities of connected devices, the Internet of Things, to assimilate or collect data, and of course, the power of algorithms and machine learning to analyze that data, and also in terms of helping transform that data into knowledge and insights. So that's smart farm. Here's a couple of examples of how smart farm is used. Now, we collect a ton of data. We collect, hundreds of data points can be collected from the farm. And I'll show you examples of multiple examples of how this works. But the important thing is for us to be able to correlate and use statistical regression and extrapolation to understand how the data interacts with each other and use that in order to drive decision making. So here's a visualization example of a multivariate analysis that we are able to do in order to make sense of the various connected and parts of our poultry management. Here's another example where we're looking at multiple farm management factors, whether it is temperature, humidity, windfall, ammonia, and all of those factors, along with uh, various other things that we collect at the farm level, using sensors as well as using data that is already being recorded in a formal or informal manner, and then taking all of that data and making sense of it in a very graphical, very easy to use manner. We, of course, have uh, data scientists who work with us, who will work very closely with you in order to help you make sense of the data, read the data, and then convert that data into usable information that you can use to make decisions at your farm. Another very exciting thing that we'd like to talk to you today about is actually called smart weight. And smart weight is an intelligent and a connected weighing scale. And there's been a huge amount of application about smart weight. So these are essentially connected devices that are just merely placed in your houses. And I'll just show you an example of how it actually works. So as you can see, there are birds which are randomly uh, standing on the weighing scale. So you see the weighing scale in the center, and what happens is over time, as you can see in the graph at the top right hand side of your screen, um, we start seeing patterns in the data. So this is plotted from 0 days all the way till the birds are lifted. And here, as an example, we see that there is a dip in body weight, and that can be attributed to ammonia. And as the production moves forward, we see another incident, and that incident has to do with windfall, and so on and so forth. Essentially, it is just an example that I'm illustrating of how data is collected and then transformed into information and knowledge that will help us manage our farms better. So, this is just one simple visualization of the power of technology that we are bringing to you, and we're excited to put in your farms that will help you run your business better. Another very exciting aspect of what we're going to talk about today is actually called MycoTREND. And MycoTREND is an extremely powerful tool that helps us analyze data in the form of uh, mycotoxin analysis. So all of the feed that is being analyzed, um, either at your end or something that we can do for you, all of that data is then put into the software, and using the power of machine learning and using the power of data analytics is able to convert that into really insightful analytics. And I'm not going to spend too much time on this because Dr. Juliana Toro is going to take us through a very detailed demonstration of how MycoTREND works. But we're very, very excited to bring this to you and bring this to your farms starting today. So just to summarize, I believe that the role of data is very important and is going to become even more important in the days ahead. I believe that data or digital transformation is inevitable. We can't stop it from happening. So we have to choose whether we want to drive change or be driven by it. Secondly, that data will play a pivotal role in making inefficiencies at the farm level optional. And thirdly, and this is how I'd like to end my presentation, that data, analytics, and machine learning will spearhead innovation in poultry management in the future. And I firmly believe that it is the power of data and analytics that will shape future disruptions and future business models as we move forth in this extremely exciting time. So with that, I come to the end of my presentation, and we, of course, will be available to take questions right at the end. At this time, I'd like to, of course, thank you for your ear and your patience. And I'd like to now turn it over to the most important speaker this evening, Dr. Juliana Toro. Like I mentioned, she is a specialist in the global arena for mycotoxin control. And we're very, very happy to have Juliana join us all the way from Colombia. So, Dr. Toro, welcome. And I'd like to turn it over to you now.
Okay, thank you very much, Prashant. Thank you very much to all the team. Let me share my screen. Just 1 second, please. Are you seeing now my screen?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. Just 1 more second, please. Okay, so as Prashant was saying, I'm Juliana Toro, and I'm a veterinarian from Colombia, South America. And from a decade now, I've been working in the field of toxin management, and it's like my biggest passion. And thanks to all my colleagues, and thank to all of you guys for being here and taking the time to spend with us. So to start, I would like to start with this slide. So when we have our raw materials, when we measure everything that has to be with mycotoxins, over 91% of all feed tested had one or more toxins in them. So there is simply no escaping toxin in feed ingredients. So even when we sample for any raw material, they all come out contaminated. So the difference is in the labels we find, since basically all the raw materials are contaminated by fungi. So when we see in the view or perspective, we can see the result that are high amount of ochratoxin and aflatoxin levels that becomes evident. So which are also very important
Oh,
for
this
the health
mine.
of our birds, and it is really difficult to find these results in other parts of the world. So with this result, it becomes very relevant to monitor the analysis carry out of the raw materials for the finished product that arrives at our farms. As we are seeing here in north of India, we are seeing 30 ppbs of aflatoxins, ochratoxin of 45 ppbs, and T2 until we see results of 266, and 302. So this is way too much for these toxins. So we need to be very precaution with this. So as you can see, mycotoxins can cause different problems in every major organ of the bird, but it's going to depend a lot of the sanitary conditions and the levels of mycotoxins that can appear. So we can see different type of signs depending on the toxin. One of the most important organs is the intestine. It is also one of the first to come into contact with food toxins, and it is no secret to anyone that much of the function is on the immune system that is regulated by the intestine, by the gut-associated lymph tissue. So low levels of mycotoxins over long periods of time have been shown to cause decrease in the immune response. Most of it, these are due to aflatoxin and T2. So as we have mycotoxins, we also have something else or some other microorganisms that are called biotoxins. And these are released when a bacterium dies. So either through the use of antibiotics or because the immune system attacks it and dies, for the case we are talking about some pathogenic bacteria such as E. coli, Salmonella, and Clostridium. So these bacterial toxins are going to affect the enterocytes, and then there is a rupture that occurs in the tight junctions, opening field for these toxins through the intestinal epithelium and generating a permeability of the same that finally leads to either diarrheas and TGI problems that will be reflected in the performance of the animals and important economic losses. So at Alura, we believe it is time to take back control to the situation and put an end on this toxin menace. So we at Alura have been working tirelessly for several years to bring you a solution that we call celerity, a solution that was designed by definition to serve the needs of more connected, volatile, and colorful future. it is a solution that brings the powers of data, as Prashant were telling before. This is very, very important because we are going to know how to work. So today, I'm very proud to present you Alura's holistic toxin control system designed to help you to build business resilience. So we have looked for alternatives and solutions to properly prevent what can happen to our animals and do it in time to avoid disease and economic losses due to toxins. This is why our product is just not a product, but is a holistic monitoring system called MycoTREND. So MycoTREND is our holistic toxin control system, and we offer a whole bouquet of service and products to mitigate the impact of mycotoxins and biotoxins to reduce losses and increase profits. So this MycoTREND is compound of 4 points. So the first one is going to be that we are going to be more accurate with feed sampling and testing. Then a second one, we have MycoTREND, that is a scientific and historical data analysis. Third one is that MycoTREND is going to give us precise dosing of the products. And the third point is our product that is Celerity, that is an intelligent toxin binder. Sorry for that. Okay, so let's deeper into this exciting offer. So the first point is like, you guys, our clients and us are going to work as a team so we can learn how to collect feed samples in an appropriate way, using a rigorous protocol from different parts of the warehouse to ensure the proper representation of the entire feed stock. So this is our first point. Alura is also going to have the carefully selected feed samples tested in certified laboratories to give an accurate measurement of the contamination in the feedstock. We are going to use HPLC or ELISA, depending of many needs. And this test will ensure the level of contamination that is recorded as precisely as possible. So we also train protein producers to verify process and find opportunities for improvement in the collection of the sample for mycotoxin analysis. This is the first point, and it is very, very important we can know it better. As a second point, as we told before, MycoTREND is a tool that is going to have the scientific and historical data analysis. It's part of Alura's Internet of Animal. It's an initiative to bring about digital transformation in protein farming, and it's a powerful tool that helps farmers to measure and track the incidence of mycotoxins. So what we do with our partner Asymmetrics is that they are behind our ideas and developments to help us to provide value through data and digitalization. It is here when we unite all our knowledge in Alura to analyze data and generate tools that provide value to our clients with the strategic management of different products. So I'm going to show you the tool, how it works. I hope not to be like, just 1 second, please. Okay, so let me show you how it works. We have a confidential agreement with every client. So the platform and digitalization is going to be just for the client. He is the only one that can see all the information. And this is how it looks. This is Alura powered by Asymmetrics. So in here, we can choose the plant. We can have 2, 3, 4 plants, or we can see all of them. Then we are going to have the period of time that we want to see. And we can see the information by week, month, trimester, semester, or year. And then we have the species. We can see starter broilers, started layers. We have pigs because we need it for other countries. And for this example, we are in layers. So as we can see here, is going to show us all the raw materials that the client normally use. And here we can see the number of samples of each raw material. Then we can see the trends of each mycotoxin. Then we are going to see the limits that are going to be depending the species and the phase that we are going to face. And here we have the interaction between the mycotoxins. So for this case, all this information is showing me that aflatoxin and fumosine are presenting a very important interaction between these. And this is going to recommend me a doses and a product, being more certain with the use of products. So what we do normally is to have a portable equipment that we bring to the plants or the farms. Then we take the samples with the clients and we show how to do it. And we put all this information in real time, and just right away it's going to have all this information. When I see this, I can see different results depending the raw material, and we are going to have different recommendations. So at the end, we want to see all of them and the behavior of all of them. So at the end, it's showing me that this client in this moment is going just to need 500 grams of celery MP, because his only risk is going to be aflatoxin in this moment. Then we can put, I don't know, started layers, or we can see broilers as well. Let's see broilers. And we are going to have different standards, different parameters, and different information depending of what we need or where we are going to work. Okay, so this is the way our tool works. It is very easy, very friendly to use, and it's going to show us a view and a picture or a full movie of what we are having of toxins contamination in our feeds, so we can anticipate to all of this. Okay, let me go back to my screen. Okay, so as we were saying, MycoTREND in this third point, we have precising doses, because MycoTREND analyzes data and gives an accurate picture of the toxicity in the feed, helping the farmer to vary the doses according to the mycotoxins and contamination in this feed. So rather than a blanket dose for all seasons and feed, this allows farmer to save on costs, because we're going to know anticipated how to use the product, the doses, and which product to use. So this is going to be very, very important for all of us and the current situation we are living right now. With MycoTREND, the farmer can take precautionary measure, as it provides a prediction of mycotoxins in the feed based on past measure. This allows the farmer to mitigate losses. So some of the advantages of the MycoTREND: through this data, we can be much more efficient in our productions. So since trends and results can vary in real time, it is a super friendly tool, as I told you. So it's going to provide real-time information on mycotoxin trends in different raw materials, and an advantage of all in general, compared to alternatives that give us result mycotoxins analysis after 1 or 2 weeks when the animals have already eaten the food. So MycoTREND allows for real-time remedies. MycoTREND breaks down information by bird, species, and growth stage, as I show you in our tool. It's going to present the trends in easily and understandable graphs. MycoTREND recommends doses according to the toxicity in the feed and stage of bird growth to intelligently work with toxin binders additives. And at the end, MycoTREND is going to use to anticipate mycotoxins problems on the farm before it takes place. So our fourth point of this holistic tool is Celerity. Celerity is an intelligent trimodal protection product, and Celerity deploys our proprietary OPL technology that allows the product to have 85% of larger absorption surface than other binders, making it our most effective toxin product yet. Celerity uses a rare and specialist clay with proprietary OPL technology that makes the product ultra light and can be packed with the high particle counts that allow for lower doses. This is very important. And Celerity deploys intelligent nanoparticles that are capable of binding with both fungal and bacterial toxins. So this is a plus and a versatile product that we are going to have because we are binding mycotoxins, but also toxin bacteria that are going to affect the TGI of our animals. It deploys our proprietary OPL technology, as I told you. These nanoparticles that we have are going to give us a product that is going to give us 85% of larger absorption surface than other binders, making it more effective. So as we can see here, these allow us to use lower doses thanks to its activated nanoparticles having more particles per kilos than other products on the market with a better absorption surface. So for all of these, we have two products, Celerity P and Celerity MP, which will be used according to the needs and problem of each farm. So Celerity P covers mycotoxins such as aflatoxin and ergot alkaloids, and Celerity MP is a broad spectrum product that covers all mycotoxin, but it also has a plus, as I told you, and in addition of binding fungal toxin, is also going to bind bacterial toxins that are produced by E. coli, Salmonella, and Clostridium. So this is going to counteract disease that can be caused in the TGI by these type of bacteria or other illness, like for example, Clostridium. We are seeing here our Celerity PS, and this we can observe the graphs that show its effectiveness against polar toxins, capturing 100% of these toxins in the very first 2 minutes after ingesting the food with the product. Then we have Celerity MP, and we have the graphs for Celerity MP that show its effectiveness against non-polar toxins, capturing almost 100% of these toxins in the first 2 minutes. And this is why clays are always going to be so important in every type of product, because they are going to interact very, very fast. So after this ingestion, the food with the product showing an excellent action against aflatoxin, fumosine, T2, and zearalenone. Okay, then, sorry for that. As we can see, dosage allow us to save space in formulation and money by having technologies that allows applying lower doses with excellent results. And at the end, our tool helps us to make the best decision on the use of toxin binders additives, which with each specific farm, acid algorithms are designed to yield accurate data on product use and dosage. So then becoming dose dependent and leaving behind the traditional and standard use of binders. So we can make a difference by using this product in a very strategically way to obtain a bonus that we did not know before in toxin binder products, evolving and migrating to the world of analytical and digitalization. So we are going to use this type of products in a different way that is going to allow us to be certain, to save money, and to save time. So thank you very much. I appreciate your time, and please, any type of question or comment you can have are very welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Juliana. Uh, thank you very much. Great. So I think this brings us more or less to the end of the conversation that we've had with you today. But we're not finished yet. At this point in time, I would like to invite people to ask questions, and I will also like to turn this over to the entire speaking panel. So any questions that you have, there is a feature on Zoom which is to raise your hand. If you can do that, we would be happy to activate your mic and then have a bit of a chat, a bit of a discussion. So I'd like to open it up for questions and a discussion, please. Dr. Kadam?
Yeah, Prashant, can I come in? Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was very interesting. I thank Somu Kumar sir and Prashant you and also Dr. Toro. I may speak with Hindi for a brief period of time because a lot of attendees are known to me and I'm more comfortable with speaking with them in Hindi.
Please.
So, सर आज का जो वेबिनार था उस पर ज्वाइन करने के लिए मैं सबको पहले धन्यवाद देता हूं। और दूसरी चीज ये है कि तीनों जो टॉपिक्स थे वो बहुत ही आज के दौर के लिए बहुत ही एप्लीकेबल थे। जैसे सोमू कुमार सर ने बताया कि जो अभी सब कुछ चेंज हो रहा है कोविड के कारण, अब जो जैसे कुछ भी पहले जैसा नहीं होगा। और नया जो न्यू डिजिटल मंत्रा है कि आज हम लोग आप सबके साथ जुड़ रहे हैं, ये भी एक डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी का एक उदाहरण है। तो सब कुछ चेंज होने वाला है और उस चेंज की तैयारी में हम लोग जितने जल्दी तैयार हो जाएंगे और उसको एक्सेप्ट करेंगे तो ही उस हिसाब से ग्रोथ हो जाएगा। प्रशांत ने भी काफी डिजिटल फार्मिंग के बारे में काफी डिटेल में बात की है। और बहुत ही एक इम्पोर्टेंट चीज जो मुझे उसमें जो नजर आई है वो मैं बताना चाहता हूँ कि जो स्मार्ट वेइंग और स्मार्ट फार्म की जो टेक्नोलॉजी बताई है। एक तो पहला पॉइंट उन्होंने जो बताया है कि अभी तक जितना भी रिसर्च हो रहा था पोल्ट्री के अंदर वो सिर्फ ब्रीडिंग और फीडिंग, ये दो चीजों पे ही ज्यादा फोकस था। और सच बात यह है कि मैनेजमेंट के ऊपर कभी कोई इनोवेशन या रिसर्च हुआ नहीं है। और उसका एक कारण भी था कि हर जगह की मैनेजमेंट अलग अलग होती है और हर जगह के फार्म की मैनेजमेंट उसके लोकेशन के हिसाब से अलग अलग होती है। लेकिन अब ये डिजिटल का दौर है और डिजिटल के दौर में हम लोग उसको स्ट्रीमलाइन कर सकते हैं मैनेजमेंट को, और अभी उसी के ऊपर सबसे ज्यादा इनोवेशन हो रहा है। उन्होंने एक अच्छा उदाहरण भी दिया जो मुझे बहुत ही खास करके लेयर फार्म के लिए बहुत ही अच्छा लग रहा है। वो है जो ग्रोवर और चिक में कि स्मार्ट वेट का एक उन्होंने उदाहरण दिया। और स्मार्ट वेट का जो एडवांटेज है वो मेरे ख्याल से आप सभी लोग जानते हैं कि बॉडी वेट गाइडलाइंस कभी मीट नहीं होते लेयर चिक्स के। हमेशा लेयर चिक्स पीछे चलते रहता है। ज्यादातर 5 से 12 वीक में तो हमेशा ये प्रॉब्लम होता है जिसके कारण वैक्सीनेशन हो कुछ भी हो। तो इस जो टेक्नोलॉजी उन्होंने बताई है उसका बहुत ही अच्छी तरह से हम लोग उपयोग कर सकते हैं। बिकॉज कि वेट अपने को लाइव और डेली बेसिस पे आपको वेट्स मिल सकते हैं। और इस टेक्नोलॉजी का मुझे लगता है हम सबको उसको फायदा उठाना चाहिए कि अपने को पता पड़े कि अपने बॉडी वेट गाइडलाइंस के हिसाब से बॉडी वेट चल रहे हैं कि नहीं है। और ये लाइव रहते हैं और इसका इमीडिएट जाके वे करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती, ऑटोमेटिकली अपने को ये पता पड़ जाता है। और ये बहुत ही एक अच्छी टेक्नोलॉजी जो ये लोग ला रहे हैं वो मुझे बहुत ही अच्छी लग रही है और सारे लेयर फार्मर के लिए बहुत ही जरूरी चीज है ऐसा मैं समझता हूँ। और ये डिजिटल जो टेक्नोलॉजी है जो डेटा का वो भी है। तीसरा जो प्रेजेंटेशन डॉक्टर टोरो ने किया है वो भी काफी अच्छी है। उसमें से जो मुझे अच्छे लगे हुए पॉइंट्स में बता रहा हूँ। एक तो एक पूरे नए टाइप का ये टॉक्सिन माइंडर है जिसमें पहली बार वो लोग बायोटॉक्सिन्स को भी एड्रेस कर रहे हैं। जैसे डॉक्टर टोरो ने बताया कि जो बैक्टीरिया, हम लोग के पास बैक्टीरियल प्रॉब्लम्स काफी होते ही है। तो बैक्टीरियल प्रॉब्लम्स, बैक्टीरिया मरने के बाद भी क्या होता है, हमने एंटीबायोटिक तो खिला दी उसको, बैक्टीरिया मर भी गया, लेकिन वो कभी कभी टॉक्सिन्स छोड़ भी सकते हैं पीछे। और ये जो नया तरह का टॉक्सिन माइंडर है वो बायोटॉक्सिन्स को भी बाइंड कर सकता है। और बायोटॉक्सिन्स ही काफी डायरिया का कारण हो सकता है। तो हमारे यहाँ पर डायरिया का एक बड़ा रीजन हमेशा एक दौर चलते आ रहा है। शायद इस तरह का टॉक्सिन माइंडर इस दौर को रोकने में कामयाब हो सकते हैं। दूसरा, डॉक्टर तोरो ने यह भी बताया कि किस तरह से जो माइकोट्रेंड का उन्होंने एक उदाहरण दिया। और वो अभी जो है कि बहुत जरूरी है कि कौन सा टॉक्सिन है, कौन से फीड रॉ मटेरियल में से आ रहा है और उसको कैसे टैकल किया जा सकता है। और उसी अगर टॉक्सिन अननोन कोई भी डोजिंग करने के बजाय एकदम प्रिसाइज डोजिंग कर सकते हैं। और उन्होंने जो बताया था सरफेस एरिया के बारे में भी कुछ उन्होंने स्लाइड बताई है, वो भी बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग थी कि इसका सरफेस एरिया बहुत ही ज्यादा है। और उन्होंने कुछ कंपेरेटिव भी बताया था उसमें। तो उन्होंने ग्लूकोमनन जो हम लोग बोल रहे हैं मॉस, उससे भी ज्यादा सरफेस एरिया इनके प्रोडक्ट में है। तो मेरे ख्याल से अगर ये सारी चीजें एडवांटेजेस है तो ये प्रोडक्ट बहुत ही जरूरी पड़ेगा लेयर फार्म्स के लिए। और ये हम लोग इसकी ट्रायल जरूर लेंगे और मुझे लगता है ये आने वाले फ्यूचर में इस प्रोडक्ट का लेयर फार्मर को बहुत फायदा हो सकता है। थैंक यू सो मच। और कुछ सवाल होंगे तो उस पर अभी मैं करता हूँ गौर। थैंक यू प्रशांत फॉर दिस स्मॉल, आई हैव टेकन टू मच ऑफ टाइम, बट एनीहाउ go back to the question and answer session back. Thank you.